Okay, I am talking with Scott DiAugustino from WizKids Games about the Justice League strategy game, which I hadn't seen before. It's not out yet, but I hadn't heard of it, so can you tell me all about it?
Sure. This is a 3 to 5 player game. It is one player against many. One player plays Darkseid, and the other 2 to 4 players will play as the Justice League characters. You have Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Cyborg. Okay. And they're working together as a team against Darkseid. Darkseid, each team, it's a victory point to win, the first team to get 12 victory points. Darkseid is causing all sorts of trouble around the Earth.
They tend to do that.
Absolutely. So he's going to lay out these crises across the globe, and he would lay them down face down. And he's going to try to advance these crises. These are his evil plans, and advance them from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3. Once they get to stage 3, he'll be able to remove them from the board, and that means that his plan was successful, and the Justice League wasn't able to stop him, and he'll get victory points for doing that. The Justice League will get victory points if they can actually stop the plan before it gets completed. And the way they do that is there's challenges that they have to do for each of these different plans, and the different abilities that are required are strength, agility, and technology.
Okay.
And the different characters are better in some of these than others. So Superman has a lot of strength, but not so much in tech, whereas Cyborg has tech and pretty good strength, but not so much agility.
Right.
So as the characters move on to these spaces and they go to confront these challenges, they have these ability tokens that they'll be able to spend to confront the challenges. So Superman on this one here, it's 3 strength, 3 agility, 4 tech. So Superman could take 3 of his strength to be able to close out the strength. He could take 3 of his agility, be able to close out the agility, but he's going to need help from the other characters to be able to get up to the 4 tech that's needed to close that one out.
Right.
So he would work together with someone who was playing like Cyborg or Batman, which have pretty good technology, to come over and finish that one out, to close it out so that they can defeat that plot. And remove it from the board. Okay. Meanwhile, the Darkseid players during his turn, his actions is going to be hopefully placing more out or advancing some of them to get them closer to completion. The way the game is played is that each of the characters have a set of cards that are unique to them, and they have a set of starter cards, and the starter cards all look pretty similar. There's a couple of little differences between each character, but the 4 basic things that the starter cards will allow you to do is to move on the map, to go back and forth to the watchtower, which will let you replenish your tokens and also heal if you're wounded. Okay. There's another card that will let you replenish your tokens as well, and then the last one is where you actually reveal these crises and be able to confront them. As you go through the game and you complete these crises, you'll also get experience points. And experience points will let you level up your character. And the leveling up is done with the click style here. Everybody starts at level 1, and it costs 1 experience point to get them up to level 2. So we would just click the dial here to level 2, and it's an upgrade, progression that costs more experience as you go up to get up to higher levels. Each time you go up a level, you'll either be able to gain a new power, or gain a power and get more of these ability tokens to increase your pool to fight these plots. The powers are represented by the cards that are in addition to your starter cards. Each character has a set of cards that they'll be able to add to their hand of cards that they'll be able to play in later rounds. Each round, a player would choose 1 card that they're going to play, whatever they decide to do. And the Justice League players are working as a team, so they can talk back and forth and plan out their strategy for the turn. Okay. But they do have to table talk has to be out loud. They can't whisper to each other. So the Darkseid character is going to be able to hear what they're doing and plan accordingly himself.
Right. Gotcha.
When each player decides what they're going to do, and they'll place it face down in front of them, and then the Darkseid player actually gets to play 2 cards. And all cards would be flipped up, and each card has a number here. And that's essentially the initiative order.
Right. Okay.
It'll start from the lowest to highest that you'd go through and actually go through and do the action that's listed on the card.
Right.
So there's cards that it goes up to 6. So there's things that, so for example, if I was really hurt, I had a couple of wound tokens, I'm in danger of getting knocked out, I want to transport back to the watchtower so I can heal. I play this card, but it doesn't happen until 6. So maybe the Darkseid player, you know, if we're talking on the table and it's like, you know, hey guys, I really got to get back to the watchtower to heal.
Right.
You know, the Darkseid player might have a card that allows him to come into the space where you are and do some damage to you. So maybe he knocks you out before you get to the watchtower to heal.
Right.
And you'll get victory points for knocking out the player characters for Darkseid, or the player characters can actually knock out Darkseid and get victory points for that as well. You're not knocked out for the game. You just go back to either Apocalypse if you're Darkseid or Watchtower if you're the Justice League characters, and you'll heal back up. But the other team will get victory points for doing that. So again, 12 victory points to win the game. Darkseid's trying to advance his evil schemes to completion to get the victory points, or maybe knocking out Justice League characters, and the Justice League characters are trying to stop Darkseid or even knock him out to gain victory points to get to that total of 12. Nice. The game does come with all of these characters. The figures that are here come with the game, and they're all on what we call switch click spaces. So you have in the game alternate dials that can be used in the HeroClix Powers and Ability card tabletop miniatures game.
Right.
So it's kind of 2 games in one that you'll be able to actually use these figures for the HeroClix tabletop game as well.
And when's the Justice League strategy game coming out?
Comes out in July. So next month.
Excellent. All right, Scott, thank you very much.
Thank you.